world, it's that fly guy, dj-manny-flyiso. And this is Royalty Radio Magazine's Heavy Rotation. We live in the studio. Let's get it poppin' with Drummerboy, featuring Typp Strizzy, Lady G, and Tree, aka King Inks.
Rat-a-tat-tum, rat-a-tat-tum. Let them choppers rain, homie said, nah, that's our favorite song.
It's Lady G.
Typp Strizzy, we keep the scene busy. Stuntin' on the competition, they chillin' and dealin'. You talking all that smack, but you can't see her, you can't see me. Rat-a-tat-tum, got that drummer boy with me.
Rat-a-tat-tum, I see it's time to kill another one. Steppin' to the mic like a raging bull. Said I'm on the scene, ready, it's time to murder something. Talking with G and learning something. Better yet, we'll end up burning something. Got the loud in the lap with the seat laid back, but you can save your just I ain't hurting nothing. Said I stay straight, something. Got the $1 million pussy one, feel like how you blush. Ride the beat like Sierra, hell no, I'm a fucker like some tears in the bucket. Riding shit at his beat. Why you saying that you love it? This shit come too easy, put on balls like it's nothing. Your lyrical line is fucking seeds, I be hunting to the right type Strizzy. The hell part of profit.
Rat-a-tat-tum, rat-a-tat-tum. We lyricists, we banging all these lyrics with a drum. Rat-a-tat-tum, rat-a-tat-tum. Let them choppers rain, homie said, nah, that's our favorite song. It's Lady G and Typp Strizzy. We keep the scene busy, stunting on the competition. They chillin' and dealin'. You talking all that smack, but you can't see her, you can't see me. Rat-a-tat-tum, got that drummer boy with me. Drummer, 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 I got that little drummer boy. She like the way I plunge it, so she calling me a plumber boy. Ice hella cold, so they calling me the stunner boy. If you wanna flee, then they gon' chalk you as the running boy. Lay his body down, lay his body down. If they talking stupid, then I let that chopper sound. He didn't make the deadline, I put him on a red line. You're unreliable, so I changed it to a flat line.
It's Lady G, Royalty Radio Magazine. On the scene, we are my shit up play. You don't know. See? There we go. Yeah. Missy a pum with the man with the drum. Bad man, lick a shot. It's a pussy clad for fun. See them not ready with the flow. Me a ready, Lady G, she on the scene with the metal that I heavy. Man, I don't know that.
Give it up for my boy Tree, Lady G, and Typp Strizzy with Drummerboy. This your boy dj-manny-flyiso. This is Royalty Radio Magazine. We got a great show popping off today. We got Tyrese-Gibson and his new artist Kristal calling in. Tyrese is going to be introducing Kristal straight off of Voltron Recordz with her new single, Silhouette. So let's get it poppin' with Voltron Recordz. And this is Royalty Radio Magazine's Heavy Rotation with dj-manny-flyiso. Let's get it.
What's up, everybody? This is Kristal, and you are now tuned in with Royalty Radio Magazine's Heavy Rotation with dj-manny-flyiso.
How you doing, Kristal? Oh man, I'm so excited to do this interview with you. I appreciate you so much. So I see you got a lot going on, and I really want to like start from the beginning real quick. A lot of people don't know that you were a part of Rich Girls, and can you explain that more to us? How that whole situation started, you know?
And he ended up asking me, you know, would you be interested in being in a girl group? And I was like, definitely. You know, if there's an opportunity there, absolutely. So that's kind of how it happened. I got in a group, and at the time, there was only 2 of us. So we went and found Audra, and actually we found 7 on MySpace. So that's kind of how the whole group thing happened. We got together, gelled really well, signed with Rich Harrison, and then went on to get a deal up at Jive Records. So we did the group thing, really enjoyed it. Like, Rich Girl was my passion. love my group. Went on to tour. We did a couple tours, but of course our biggest tour was the Beyonce tour. We did North America and Canada with her, so that was like one of the greatest experiences of my life. Getting to do that with somebody of, he's like one of the biggest stars in the world, so who better to tour with?
I know that's right. I see she gave you some advice. Can you share that with us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. She basically just said, it sounds cliche, but just to never stop, never give up, always remain positive, and as long as you stay positive, positivity will come into your life. I was like, wow, okay, because you hear that from a lot of people, but to hear that from somebody like her, and you're like, okay, if that's how you did it, then let me take your advice and let me try to stay positive and just keep a good head on.
Wow, that's crazy. So, how did you get with Tyrese and the whole Voltron Recordz team? Like, how did that come about?
Well, I've known Tyrese forever. I've known Tyrese since I was 14 years old.
Wow.
The guy who discovered him, his name is Greg Parks. The guy that discovered him was my manager. So we had the same manager around the same time. And we were always around each other. He's always been like my big brother. But we had never got the opportunity to actually work together. Because I was so young then, he wasn't really interested in working with me then. So then once I got in the group, it's crazy. We ended up running into each other. We both were hosting a party in Miami. And he kind of told me about Voltron. And like I said, at the time I was with my group, so it wasn't anything we could really do at the moment. But as soon as my group kind of went downhill, Tyrese started to keep in touch with me, and really it was just on some, big brother keeping me inspired, to keep doing music and to, stay positive. But it kind of ended up working in my favor.
I know that's right. I also seen that like you gave some thought like to jump on, like you didn't jump on right away with Voltron. Why was that?
I had my doubts. After my group, I had a downtime of about 2 years, where I really was like, I don't even know if I want to do this no more. You know what I mean? We had done so much, and it was like after my group broke up, nobody was calling my phone. Nobody was checking for Kristal no more. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing anything, so, my phone wasn't ringing. And, that was a very, very tough time for me because I had to ask myself a lot of hard questions. Do you really want to do this? Do you want to do it by yourself? Like, I really, even though it was a very depressing time, that 2 years gave me time to figure out who I was and what I wanted. And, initially, when I talked to Tyrese, I really had to think about, if it was something I wanted to do because he's an artist. He's an artist first. And we as artists, sometimes we can be selfish. And sometimes, we have to think about ourselves in certain situations. And I didn't really want that to happen. I didn't want, if an opportunity came about, Tyrese says, hey, well, that would be great for me because I'm Tyrese. And not that that's, not okay. That's what I wanted for me. So literally for a year, Tyrese, convinced me. I mean, he was calling me almost every other day, really not just about music, but just making sure I was good. He was checking on me. He was like, if nothing else, I just want to make sure, that you stay inspired to do this because I believe you're talented and I believe you could really do some big things. So for a year, we kind of just talked on the phone, and I would fly out, do some records, I'd come back home. But eventually, he convinced me that this is where I needed to be. And I decided, it was the right thing for me to do. We had the right energy. We both kind of think alike when it comes to music, and certain things kind of like the same things. And it just felt good to have somebody believe in me the way I believed in myself, finally.
Word, that's wonderful. That sounds so beautiful. It sounds like y'all need to make a movie. Your new single just got released on the 6th, right? ATL dropped it, V103.
Yeah.
What's going on with this new single? What's behind? I want to know the story behind this. Is a video coming out? Like, who helped you? Did you write it? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with this single? Explain it.
Okay, so what's crazy is we weren't even going to release it yet. We kind of were going to wait until the top of the year to do everything, but Silhouette kind of just had him out of his own. It fits the season for one. You know, it's cold, Silhouette is slow, it's sexy, so it fits, you know, the season right now. But how the song came about was I actually heard the track first. It was produced by Brandon Alexander, Bam. And I heard the track and I was like, wow, it reminded me of Michael Jackson, but it kind of had a 90s feel to it. And I was like, wow, that feel like that real R&B. I was like, I would love to do something to that. So probably, I think it was maybe 2 days later, I ended up sitting in the studio with the track and was like, damn, what could I write about? What could I say? And then Adonis and Kenyon Dixon ended up coming in, and right then and there, we ended up writing the record together. We were just trying to think of a tasteful way to say what we said, because honestly, I had never sung a record like that. When I was in my group, we didn't really do records like that. So I'm like, okay, well, I am grown now, so I can't sing about that, but I do definitely still want to be tasteful. You know what I mean? I don't want to be nasty with it. But thank God I had those two there. We all kind of helped each other figure out how to say it, and it just turned out crazy, incredible. We weren't even really expecting for it to come out like that.
Wow, yo, it is a dope ass track. Like I've been playing it back to back and back to back. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Is there a video coming out soon for it? Can we expect that?
I don't know yet. We've been talking about it because really Silhouette has been what we calling it the buzz single. It's not even like it hasn't been an official release, but it's been doing so well. We're kind of like, oh shoot, because we didn't really expect it to. You know, we were just like, okay, let's kind of try to get the ground swelling a little bit and maybe get some people talking about Kristal and see how they feel about me, and you know, just see how people take it. And everybody's been responding really, really well to it. So I think we all are sitting over here surprised, like, okay, now we got to do something. So we're thinking about it, we're talking about it. We don't really have a date on it or anything yet, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
I know that's right, yo. What can you tell all the upcoming female artists about this industry? I mean, a lot of them is, you know, they don't have a lot of faith in themselves, and I know it's hard for females in this industry. What can you give my audience advice on?
I mean, I would definitely say, you know, as a woman, first, just respect yourself and have that respect for yourself, because it is really hard, you know, in this industry and being a woman. A lot of men expect things from us, but you know, you just gotta be a respectful woman, you know what I mean, and let everybody know that you got your business. Be a boss, you know your business, know what you're doing, know what you're talking about. Study your craft. Like, that's something somebody taught me. Never stop studying your craft, especially if you want to be great at this. I mean, that's just like any other job, you know what I mean? If you want to be better at something, you just continue to work at it. And that's kind of the advice that I can give. And of course, you know, never stop. But don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. Never let anybody tell you no. You know, a no is just another redirection to something else. You know what I mean? So don't stop when you get a no, because you're going to probably get a whole lot of them. I know I've had a whole lot of no's. But just know that everything happens for a reason. Muted. Stay positive. Unmuted. You know, you'll bring positivity your way.
I know that's right. I think that's our mark. But I'm glad talking to you. I appreciate you calling in. I can't wait for more to come from Kristal. I can't wait. I want to see the video.